Let them speak. Review. Patterns 21. Please repeat or answer. Do you have any idea what he wants to do? Can't you tell he loves her? How could he tell you were lying to him? Haven't you got any idea what he plans on doing? Do you know what time he needs to be there? Do you have any idea if it's time to pick him up now? Are you sure they were used to putting it together? Who knew you were going to be going there? Is she sure he feels sick? Does she have any idea if they knew how to do it? Doesn't she know you tried to complete it? Are you sure he likes going to football games? Can't you tell that he is rich? Couldn't she tell what he was doing? Doesn't he know for sure what she has to bring there? When are you sure he'll be coming back? What are you sure he likes eating there? Are you sure she came back to talk to him at 5:15? On the 14th, are you sure that he told him to do it? Do you have any idea where she told him to go to get it? Wasn't she sure if the kids managed to get to school? Are you sure that is different from this ring? Does she know where you went to get it? Wasn't she sure if the kids managed to get to school? Did he know that you went there so that you could help them out? Hasn't she got any idea why he keeps coming back? Do you have any idea how long she has been there? Did he tell you he didn't have any idea what she was doing? Can't you tell when he gets upset? How can you tell it tastes bad? How could she tell he made her go there? Do you know if she asked him to bring it? Did she know that you were having difficulty learning English? Does she know what kind of dessert he likes to have? Did you know that they almost got divorced? Have you got any idea whether she'd rather do it later? Has she got any idea that you are in love with her? Hasn't she got any idea how long it will take to sell it? Doesn't she have any idea where he enjoys going out to dance? How can you tell it is worth getting? Who knew that I wasn't going to be coming back? Do you know if she is looking forward to meeting him tonight? How could they tell you were disappointed they couldn't come? Couldn't you tell they were thinking of leaving early? Do you have any idea if some of them will be coming in later? How can you tell she left at 6:30? How can you tell he made her bring it to him? Do you have any idea if it is all right to return it later? Did he tell you he didn't know what she's got to do tonight? Aren't you sure if she feels like meeting her? Could you tell if he'd like to meet her? Does she know why he had trouble understanding it? Did you know that he gave it to her so that she could bring it home? Have you got any idea how long it takes to get there? Do you have any idea how long it has been since they moved to Chicago? Who knew he told her to get there early? Didn't you know she saw you going into her house? Do you have any idea if she quit talking to him? Haven't you got any idea what he gave her for Christmas? Are they sure he got to learn that? How can you tell he began building their new house? Don't you know for sure why she wasn't ready to go? Didn't she tell you she didn't know where he was? Was she sure he took all of the money? Didn't some of them know that you helped him pay his bills? Don't you have any idea where I can get the bus? Don't you know when she stopped seeing him? Do you know if she told him that she decided to buy that house? Do you know how many of the students were able to do well on the test? Are you sure it sounds okay? Do you know which car he drove so that he got there right away? Who was sure he did it? Did almost all of the students know that they used to date? Do you know if she asked him where he was thinking of having dinner? Can you tell how much food she made for supper for the guests? Does she know what sort of music he enjoys listening to? Did you know that she felt jealous of you? How could you tell he was jealous? Do you know where he went to buy that coffee? Does he have any idea how she got here? How could you tell it was heavy to lift? How could you tell it was too heavy to lift? Could you tell he was going to be leaving the house soon? Do you know if her mother drinks beer a lot or not? How could you tell that that was her father? Can't she tell that you like her? Can you tell how this pen is different from that one? Did she know he pretended to like her? Has she got any idea how many kids are going to be coming to the party? Do you know what type of clothes she packed? Didn't you know that she was ready to give him the money? Isn't she sure where her kids are? Are you sure she made him jealous? Does she have any idea what sort of shoes he plans on buying? Have you got any idea what beer he prefers to drink on a hot day? Didn't any of her kids know that she had to go to the hospital? How can you tell she sings well? Has she got any idea where he's got to bring her? Are you sure they know how to barbecue chicken well? Are you sure that was the last time he saw her? Did she have any idea how much money he spent there? Haven't you got any idea why he's been there for 3 hours? Do you have any idea if she made him buy it for her? Can't you tell whether he feels sick or not? What could you tell he took? Where could you tell he went with her? Aren't you sure what he went there for? Is she sure that he got there at 10 to 6? Are you sure it was all right just to leave it at home? Are you sure he took her to the doctor so that she could get a checkup? What can he tell that you like to do? Isn't he sure they've got to take it? Are they sure that some of them already arrived? Has she got any idea if he'll be there tonight? How could you tell he cleaned the room? How can you tell they are the same house? Are you sure he's supposed to take her there? Are you sure she wasn't interested in going back? Are you sure they all had a chance to eat lunch? Did you know they've already gone? Did it look like he knew what you were doing? The reason he was sure where she was is because she called from the hotel. Did he tell you he was sure he could do it? Isn't she sure whether he's done making it? How could they tell it was more expensive than that? Could they tell it was too hard to solve the problem? Are you sure she seemed happy with it? They had no idea he wasn't going to be going back. Are you sure it tasted better than this one? Was she sure you were there for 5 hours? Doesn't he have any idea why he told her to come over to the house? Do you have any idea when they all were finished taking the test? Are they sure he is still in the middle of studying it? How can you tell she enjoyed being with him? Can you tell he'll be a good football player? Isn't she sure she'll be able to get a hold of him? Are you sure he left at 10 to 8? Do you have any idea how much money he spent there? When did she know you decided to do that? Aren't you sure how many of his students did well on the test? How could she tell you were about to leave? Isn't she sure what he did it for? Are you sure he hopes to graduate on June the 26th? They had no idea what she got him to buy. Are you sure he tried to get a hold of them all? Doesn't she have any idea how he was able to fix it? Will she be able to tell what he did? Was she able to tell what he's been eating? Were you sure they were all ready to go? Are you sure he won't lie to you? Do you have any idea if it cost $19.99 to get that? Who could tell you didn't like being there? Did she know you fell in love with her? When will she know that you left? Does she know what he went there for? Does she have any idea why it tasted like it wasn't done well? Isn't she sure if he's looking forward to going skiing? Can't she tell if he is a good dancer? Couldn't you tell how long she has been waiting there? How could you tell she got married? Was she sure after how long they will be there? Are you sure it's time to go home? Does she have any idea what time they are going to be closing the bar? Do you know how long they've been married? Does it seem like she knows where he is? Didn't he tell you he didn't know what she was? When did she tell you she had no idea what he was doing there? Didn't she know for sure where her kids went out to play? Did they have any idea where he ended up going? Do you have any idea if he's finished making dinner yet? Should he have known that you didn't feel so good? Does he have any idea if it will be all right to buy it tonight? Don't you know if that is the same as this? Could she tell that she was drunk? How can you tell she tends to drink beer a lot? Haven't they got any idea who managed to contact her? Can you tell he really likes being with you? Are you sure that it's okay not to do it? Don't you know if she decided to go back or not? How can she tell you weren't able to understand it? Are you sure it looked like he was going to be doing it? Didn't you have any idea how you were going to get there? Are you sure he told her it was almost the same as this one? Are you sure they'd rather go skiing? Are you sure you don't have enough money for the bus? Do you know if it costs $19.99 to get it? Do you have any idea what he's been telling her? Is she sure he goes there to practice the piano? Hasn't she got any idea how much they paid to rent it? Could you tell she felt disappointed? He has no idea when she started learning English. They had no idea where he ought to put it. Does she know what the baby has been eating? Wasn't she sure who let her take it? Does she need to know where he is? Did she know that he continued seeing her? How can you tell he had difficulty finding her place? Don't you have any idea if she knows how to ride a bicycle? Did you tell them you weren't sure what you will probably eat there? Did she ask you if you could tell if he was Korean? Do you know if they stopped talking to each other? Do you know if there is any point going there now?